Kill? Abby! Martha!
No! It's Jonathan. He mistook her for a sneak thief. No, Mortimer, it was more than that. He's some kind of maniac hunt freak.
Darling, you're trembling. Have you got any smelling salts?
No, how about some tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee would be great. And some sandwiches? I haven't had any dinner.
I'll make something for both of you.
Wait. Were you going to go out? You know what time it is? It's after 12. 12! Listen, Elaine, you've got to run along home. Something's come up.
What? But I thought you wanted some sandwiches. It'll only be a minute. We were going to make something to celebrate your engagement. Yes, that's what I'll do. I'll make some supper for both of you. And I'll open a bottle of wine.
All right. No wine!
Mortimer, what's going on in this house?
What do you mean, what's going on in this house?
You were supposed to take me to the theater tonight. You canceled. Then you asked me to marry you. I said I would. And now 15 minutes later, you throw me out of the house. And now your brother Jonathan tries to strangle me, and you're trying to chase me home. Now listen, Mr. Brewster, I need to know where I stand. Do you love me?
If you love me, will you please get out of this house?
No. No. I won't.
Oh, you must think I'm acting crazy, huh?
Do you love me?
I mean, of course I love you. But will you please get out of this house?
No. No, Mortimer, I love you. I love you. You may not want to marry me, but I'm going to marry you.
Elaine, I know I'm acting crazy, but just, being crazy just, it runs in my family. It practically goes. But listen, Elaine, you've got to get out of here.
No. If you think you're going to get out of this by acting like you're insane, you're crazy. You may not marry me, but I'm going to marry you. I love you, Joe.
Oh, Elaine, it's my family. It's what you'd expect if Strindberg had written Hell's a Poppin'.
No, just because Teddy's a little...
It's not just Teddy. It's the whole family. It goes way back. The first Brewster, the one that came over on the Mayflower. You know how the Indians used to scout the settlers? He used to scout the Indians.
Mortimer, that's ancient history.
No, it's not just that. Grandfather. He used to try his patent medicines out on dead people just to make sure he wouldn't kill them.
He wasn't so crazy. He made $1 million.
Jonathan! You just said Jonathan was a maniac. He tried to kill you.
But he's your brother, not you. I love you.
Oh, and then there's Teddy. You know Teddy. Thinks he's Roosevelt. No, dear. I understand now that no Brewster should be allowed to marry. If I could have met my father in time, I'd have stopped him.
None of this proves that you're crazy. Look at your aunts. They're Brewsters, aren't they? They're the kindest, sanest people I know.
Even they have their peculiarities?
And what lovely peculiarities? Kindness, generosity, human sympathy.
There's another one.
Of course, Mortimer, there are others. You don't have to tell me anything about your aunts.
And I'm not going to. Listen, Elaine, you've got to run along home. Something's come up.
Well, Mortimer.
And I know I'm acting irrationally, but just chalk it up to the fact that I'm a mad Brewster.
Well, will you at least walk me home? I'm afraid.
Afraid? I'm going to walk through the cemetery.
Mortimer. Will you kiss me goodnight?
Of course not. Good night, Elaine. I'll call you up tomorrow.
You critic!
Oh, Elaine! And Abby and Martha, come in here!
We'll be in a minute, dear.
Come in here now!
What is it, dear? Where's the lady?
I thought I told you not to let anybody in this house while I was gone.
Well, Jonathan just...
I don't mean Jonathan!
Dr. Einstein.
I don't mean Dr. Einstein! Who's that in the window seat?
We told you, Mr. Hoskin.
That is not... Hoskins!
Oh. Well, who could that be?
Are you trying to tell me you've never seen this gentleman before?
I certainly am. Why, this is a fine how do you do. It's getting so anybody thinks he can just walk into this house.
Aunt Abby, don't try to get out of this. I know that's another one of your gentlemen.
Mortimer, how can you say such a thing? That man's an imposter. And if he came here to be buried in our house, he's mistaken.
But Aunt Abby, you've admitted to me that you put Mr. Hoskins in the window seat.
Yes, I did.
Well, he couldn't have just gotten the idea from Mr. Hoskins! By the way, where's Mr. Hoskins?
He must have gone to Panama.
You buried him.
No, he's just down there waiting for the services. We haven't had much time, what with Jonathan walking in and... Oh, I've always wanted to hold a double funeral, but I will not read services over a total stranger.
A stranger? Aunt Abby, there are 12 men buried in your cellar, and you've admitted to poisoning them.
Yes, I have. But you don't think I'd stoop to telling a fib? Martha!
Oh, Mortimer, I'd like to have a word with you.
A word's about all you have time for. I've decided you and your little doctor friend are leaving this house as soon as possible.
I'm glad you realize that you and I can't exist under the same roof. But you've arrived at the wrong conclusion. You take your suitcase and get out.
Jonathan, you're beginning to bore me. You've played your one-night stand in Brooklyn. Now leave.
Mortimer, just because you've graduated from the back fence to the typewriter, you don't think you've grown up. I'm staying, and you're leaving, and I mean now.
If you think there's anything I'm afraid of, anything I fear...
I've lived a strange life, Mortimer, but it's taught me one thing. To be afraid of nothing.
Martha, just look and see what's in that window.
Oh, no, Aunt Abby! Oh, yes, why don't we let Aunt Martha see what's in the window seat? Aunt Abby, I owe you an apology. Jonathan was just leaving, and he's taking the doctor and their cold companion with him. Now, Jonathan, I'm going to give you one last chance to get away with the evidence. You're my brother, a Brewster. Can't ask for more than that, can you? All right, then I'll have to call the police.
Don't reach for that telephone, Mortimer. Are you still giving me orders after seeing what's happened to Mr. Spinalzo?
Spinalzo? I knew he was a foreigner.
You remember that what happened to Mr. Spinalzo can happen to you too.
Hello? Miss Abby?
Oh, Miss O'Hara, is there something we can do for you?
I saw a light on and thought there might be a sickness in the house. But you got company. I'm sorry I disturbed you.
Oh, don't please come in, please.
Yes. Why don't you say? Come right in, Officer O'Hara. This is our nephew Mortimer.
Pleased to meet you.
And this is another nephew, Jonathan.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Well, it must be nice having your nephews visiting you. Are they going to be staying with you?